Hi there, welcome to Paint the Kitchen Red. I'm Nina and I share Instant Pot tips and recipes on my blog, paintthekitchenred.com. Today I'm going to be talking to you about African peanut stew made in the Instant Pot. This recipe is also referred to as West African peanut stew or peanut soup. For the longest time I was a little hesitant to make the recipe, maybe because of the name. I don't know, it just something was preventing me from trying it. But ever since I made it for the first time, I love it. My family loves it. It's just a delicious recipe, and I think if you try it, you're gonna think the same. Here are the ingredients you're gonna need for this African peanut stew. 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, cut into 1.5 inch pieces. 2 cups of sweet potatoes cubed into 1-inch pieces. 1 cup of chopped onions. 3 cups of chicken broth. 3 cups of baby spinach coarsely chopped. And 1 can of diced tomatoes or 2 cups of fresh tomatoes. You'll also need 1/4 cup of dry white wine, 2 tablespoons of olive oil or vegetable oil, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, some cilantro to garnish at the end, 1/2 cup of peanut butter. I like to use creamy natural peanut butter. 1 tablespoon of curry powder. Make sure the curry powder is fresh. If you have a jar of curry powder sitting on in your cabinet that's kind of old, you probably would want to buy a brand new container, because curry powder that's been sitting around doesn't have that fresh taste. 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper or chili powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt. So the first thing you want to do is turn on the saute function and heat up the Instant Pot. And once it's nice and hot, add the oil. Let the oil heat up and then add onions, garlic, ginger, and stir everything together with a spatula for a few minutes until the onions are translucent and the mixture has lost that raw feel. Add the salt, pepper, curry powder, chili powder or cayenne pepper, and stir everything together with a spatula. And at this point, you may want to turn off the saute function, because the spices could burn if the Instant Pot is too hot. If things stick to the bottom, add some water to deglaze the inner pot. Deglazing is when you add a liquid such as water or broth to the inner pot to scrape up all the brown bits that are sticking to the bottom of the Instant Pot. Now we're going to add the chicken. And stir everything together. At this point, you should have pressed cancel, because we're just kind of coating the chicken with the spices and it doesn't really need to cook at this point, and you don't want anything to burn. Now add the chicken broth and make sure there's nothing stuck on the bottom of the Instant Pot. This is really important, because this is how you avoid the burn error or burn message that some people can get when they're cooking in the Instant Pot. And add the sweet potatoes, the tomatoes, and finally we're going to add the peanut butter. Now let's stir everything together. And we're going to put the lid on and pressure cook for 4 minutes on high pressure. You'll see the float valve come up. Once the pressure cooking is done and it's counted down to 0, Go ahead and release the pressure using the quick release method. And at some point you'll notice that the float valve will go down once all the pressure has been released from the Instant Pot. And at this point it's safe to open the Instant Pot. Let's open the lid. And we're going to stir everything up. If you find that the stew is too thin or watery, you can use the saute mode to reduce it. Add the spinach and stir it all up and let it cook in saute mode until the spinach is wilted. It shouldn't take more than 30 seconds to a minute. I like to garnish with cilantro at the end. It's up to you if you want to use cilantro or not. Stir it up until everything is incorporated. And we're going to serve this into a bowl. You can serve it over rice. You can serve it with bread. It's just a hearty one-pot meal that really actually doesn't need anything else. One of our favorite recipes. Well, Instant Pot African peanut stew is a recipe that will probably become part of your weekly meal rotation, just like it is mine. And so I hope you get a chance to try it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.